Hi guys, I'm Shmi, hello and welcome back to the channel where today, although I am standing with a very nice Ferrari 458 Speciale and a Dino, we are here to see this, the new Audi RS6, my friend's brand new car, which is literally, we think, the first in the country, having just picked it up on the morning that they first allowed registrations. Today, I'm going to show you around the new super estate from Audi, the first time I've probably taken a look at it. Then we're going to take it out as well to go for a little drive. Just look at this thing though, the epitome of cool. Let's check out the new Audi RS6. Now this is a very nice collection of cars that my friend has here in his unit, and we are going to go through the RS6 in just a moment, one of the launch editions of the new car. But before we do, check out the two Ferraris, two very different Ferraris. We have the 458 Speciale, which of course was Ferrari's last production naturally aspirated V8, and this car is in TDF blue, Tour de France blue, the exact same colour actually as my Ferrari GTC4 Lusso, but being a Speciale, you've got the stripes, you've got some of the aggressive aero, and this car has the satin gold wheels, which I really like, as I also really like the carbon fibre louvres that you have on the front wings. Then going from that to something a little bit different from Ferrari, we have this stunning Dino. The spec of this is beautiful in Bordeaux with the tan interior as well, an immaculate car. And then between them, we have the new Audi RS6. Now I did get to have a little experience with the RS7, but this is my first time to really check one of these out. And this is in Navarra Blue. It's got the black optics package, the gloss black accents that you see around. It's also on 22-inch wheels in a family estate. But this, as you probably know about the RS6, is no normal family estate. Up front, you've got a 4-litre twin turbocharged V8. This thing makes 600 horsepower, 800 newton meters of torque. Of course, it has Quattro, the 4-wheel drive, and that means this can get on the move with a car full of people, with luggage, with a pet in the back maybe, and go 0 to 200 kilometers an hour, 124 miles per hour, in under 12 seconds. It's limited at the top speed to 250 kilometers an hour, 155 miles per hour, but you can get an optional package that raises that. Now, the spec of this car is really, really high as well inside, but the RS6, it's always been that quite discreet package. Unless you know what this is, you don't really know. The RS6, the RS models have passed, and I did get to experience the previous generation RS6 on a few different occasions, including running an ABT car for quite a while with 735 horsepower, and got to experience what it was all about. But they upgraded the looks, of course, introduced these kind of textured 3D tail lights, the strip bar all the way across the back. Down here you've got the familiar Audi RS large oval exhaust tailpipes on each side. You've got the shape to the diffuser. It's kind of like what you see on the R8 as well. This car has a panoramic roof, all the tech on the inside. We'll get to that in just a moment. Around the front, the super fancy headlights. And it just looks really, really wide and aggressive. Look at the size of those front arches. Everything about the RS6, it's always been super, super cool. Now in the latest generation. So to show you inside quickly, inside here, you've got all the displays, you've got the virtual cockpit for the dashboard, you've got the central screens, the infotainment, you've got the haptic display here where you can write on it and you can set your climate control and things. They introduced the RS modes, having RS1 and RS2 modes, which you can configure to drive as you would like. But then you've also got really nice materials, it's comfortable, it's fast, it's just outright cool. That's what this car always was. That is exactly what the new one is all about. Plenty of space in the back for your passengers there as well. So I think we're going to get this fired up and take it on out and see what it's like. Before we go anywhere, I have to show you what the lights do on this car. The tail lights, but also the headlights. Basically, you get a bit of a light show when you unlock the car, the way that they turn on. I've got the key just here, quite a small key actually, the new RS key, RS badge on the back. And if I unlock it quickly, check this out. Basically, they will start illuminating in style, just like that. Really, really cool how you can see what's going on inside of those. If you lock it again, I think you basically get the reverse of that as all the light bars kind of slide away. And then if we come back round to the front, I'm not sure if it will allow me to do it again. I think you can get the same sequence from the headlights. That kind of thing is really nerdy, but I like it a lot. Then if we come through, I'm just going to start the car up as well inside here, so you can take a listen to the unusual chime and tone that you get out of this. So, start button in the middle, let's bring it into life. And you can hear that almost musical sound, but in here, look at all of this. Look at all the screens. Great infotainment and access, connectivity, everything you could possibly want to have inside. Got auto gearbox with paddle shifters. Yeah, it's a nice place, but let's take it on out. To take the car out then, we are joined by Jason. Thank you very much for the opportunity to come down to experience this today. I need to actually give you the key back. Let's get it started up so we can take the car on outside. I'll come around to the very back to have a listen to this firing into life again from outside the car. We just had that little bit of the light show, but it will burble and sound very nice. It's actually quite an aggressive start. This car then is going to be ready to head out to the roads where unfortunately it is now pouring with rain, but hey, it's meant to be driven. Ah, there we go, that sounds good. That sounds really good. So, let's go on out. Out exploring then in the countryside on a very gloomy day, but you have already done 362 miles. I think you picked up the car, what, a couple of days ago?
Yeah, 4 days ago. I've been out exploring the limits or having fun in the car. It's been fully protected by Topaz, so even in this weather you didn't really need to worry too much. And it was actually one of the first launch spec cars into the UK.
If I'm right about this, it came in last month, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And basically Audi had a hold on registering any of the RS6s?
Yeah, so all RS6s were registered on Monday, and I picked this car up at 9 o'clock on Monday.
And took it straight out.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely filthy. You very kindly cleaned it before today, but now we're making a complete mess of it again.
Yeah, but it's a family estate car, isn't it? So it's made for this type of thing.
Oh, completely, and we're actually out on quite a nice road as well. Does it feel quite big to you on this road?
Do you know, actually I'm really surprised. It's got, it feels quite nimble, the front end really turns in well, and you've got the different RS modes, so you can have it quite comfortable. So although it's on these silly 22-inch wheels, it's actually a really comfortable ride.
To be honest, you don't feel like it's on 22s just here. The British countryside roads are famed for being pretty bumpy and rough to drive on. A lot of these big German powerful cars get tested when they come here to ride in this kind of environment, but you see we're in auto on the drive select at the moment, but this was is the first car that's got these new RS1 and RS2 configurable modes. If I press this button, I think I can go in and change a little bit of this. Probably shouldn't do it while you're driving. It's okay. It's all in there, it's all available.
Comfy mode.
Yeah, we're in nice comfy mode, unless we go into dynamic and it all kind of wakes up a bit.
We can try that comfy mode.
As we come out from this junction, there's one horse, we've got 600 horses. We'll let them go first, give them a head start. We should actually, can I pop it into dynamic?
We can. We'll maybe get past the horse a little while before we...
Yeah, so this car has the sports exhaust. Head off this way. Yeah, you can hear instantly, that's a little bit louder.
It opens up the exhaust.
Well, it's a proper deep grunt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sense of power, lots of torque. Felt that from the passenger seat, just being a little bit kind of like pushed back into the seat.
Absolutely.
Oh, yep, over a bump in the countryside.
It's a bit bumpier now.
Yeah. But smooth, comfortable, some Alcantara, some carbon, some brushed aluminium, nice trims, nice materials. It's just a nice place to be. You can see why these things are so popular. As we go into the fog. Ideal day for test driving a car.
But there's not much traffic, so that's good.
No, at least that's one major benefit of the countryside. Right corner coming up somewhere in the fog. Oh yeah. Like as well, the power and torque charts are always quite fun on the dash.
Yeah, and a G meter, which
a G meter in a family car.
Exactly, you don't really need.
And I mean, for you, you've got the kids that you'll have in the back, I'm sure, and luggage and travelling around with stuff. And I think that's what the RS6 and the Audi RS models are obviously so famed for, is the fact that they combine powerful weekend fun with proper practicality and a tractor that we need to squeeze past. I'll let you see the mirror.
This is pretty standard.
Yeah.
So
breathe in
around here. But yeah, it's great. You know, it does the comfort. I'm really impressed with the refinement of this model. I think it's a big step up. It's a lot quieter in here, particularly in comfort mode. I think it's a lot more comfortable with the air suspension. But then in the dynamic mode, it comes to life a little bit, and I think it's quite exciting actually. It's obviously quick in a straight line, but it does do the corners as well. Yeah, hides some of that weight. This means it is swap around time, which I'm looking forward to. That's one thing actually to talk about, the door handles. They've got this electronic release, so the door opens in a very nice way, feels very nice. Come around the back, already making a complete mess of this. Yup, that always happens when you have a hatchback style rear. Okay, well, let's climb inside. Try not to make too much of a mess of your very nice new car. Oh, need to give the door shut.
a proper close. built up. I might need to pass you the camera if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Got that, and yeah, get comfortable, adjust the seats. We've got lumbar, we've got everything in here, right? Absolutely everything. Myself comfortable. Nice rear view mirror, kind of borderless. Small door mirrors as well. Things you only notice when you step into a driving seat. Okay, all right then. So this is all good. Shall we do this? What are we in? We're in dynamic. We're in drive. Actually, what I might do is cheekily pop it into manual. Just a little bit of engine sound out as we head out onto the road here. It's a very low, grumbly engine sound. And then my first little test of the width of the car. Do you know what? I'm just going to pull in the driveway here until I'm a little bit more accustomed with it. I'm going to take this a little bit easily. I think trying to squeeze past that entire line of traffic would have been...
Yeah, probably the good move.
Yeah, I would have tested right now. And then the first 50 meters of driving the car, then foot down. Yeah, it's got a lot of go. It's got a lot of go. This is probably something you're more used to than I am. English countryside lanes.
You do get used to it.
I guess it means lots of opportunity to put your foot down.
It does.
Every time you go past the car.
And you're not breaking the speed limit.
No, like this, exactly. National speed limit countryside roads.
Not so good for holding a camera still on these bumpy roads.
No, that's true. That's definitely true. Sorry about that. The beauty of this is that we have a straight road. So on the gear shifter just here, we can pop it, if I go back into drive, into sport mode. So we've got sport mode and dynamic. And I guess we can put the foot down and yes.
Blimey.
It gets a move on, doesn't it?
That's quick.
Then we can, yeah, so sport mode just holds it in a lower gear effectively, or back into normal drive. And then you've got the RS modes on the steering wheel. If I press that once, we go into RS mode 1, which feels instantly more comfortable. I bet that's set up for more comfort settings.
That's the comfy setting.
Yes, and then RS2 is probably more, firmer. It's actually interesting how you feel that change instantly. I mean, the road clearly tests it, but yeah, I'm more of the sporty kind of drive.
Yeah, you'll feel it on these corners actually. You'll feel the front end. It does go where you want it. Yeah, it doesn't feel as heavy, does it?
No, this is a tight corner.
Yeah.
We're just throwing the car through, and it rides that at the speed limit, basically comfortably, nicely controlled. And I mean, this is clearly a massive step on from previous generations in terms of technology.
Yeah.
But I love as well how many displays you've got. I'm a big fan of this stuff. I like pressing buttons and tech. But I find the haptic screen really hard because you have to be studying it. Like, you have to be looking so closely at what you're doing.
You actually have to put some pressure on it as well. It's not just like a touch screen, so it is a bit
It's
awkward.
not like a phone.
No.
You instinctively think
Not
it's
quite as intuitive. So in fact on the RS2 button I've got everything on dynamic apart from the suspension, which is still I think a little bit more comfy, so a little bit like the bumpy road button.
Basically perfect road driving in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't have the tarmac for the more firmer stuff.
No.
But yeah, just a shame it's such a grim day. Thank you for taking it out.
It's okay. There's another good junction here. It's a nice straight road.
Oh, it sounds nice. It's kind of oh yeah. So this is a big discussion backwards and forwards with everybody, isn't it? Those kind of almost slightly artificial downshift bubbles you get from a car.
Yeah, you're not getting that on this though. That's what I like about it. You know, it's
more of the roar.
It's more the roar of the engine actually.
A little bit of the pops and bangs.
Yeah.
It's well insulated. You're not hearing road noise and tyre noise and wind and that kind of thing in here. But you do get a good amount of sound coming from way back behind us, like 3 or 4 meters down the back of the car. Yeah, good first impressions. I enjoyed driving the RS7 and I had that on a smooth tarmac filming road. Yeah. Perfect conditions.
Yeah, I think on these roads you really get to test, the practicalities of something like this, because at the end of the day, this type of car is going to be used for everything.
Well, like this?
Yeah,
this is
Keep
exactly.
Going around, actually.
Oh, we'll go around to the left.
Yeah.
This is exactly normal.
It also has the pre-sense that will put the brakes on for you.
Well, I put the brakes on myself there, but
yeah, this is quite a nice bit of road here.
Tell you what, this would be a great car for kind of a ski trip across the continent.
Yeah.
Balling down the auto routes and the autobahns, filled with luggage. Take the family on a holiday. Sorry for that cyclist with a massive truck bearing down behind him.
Yeah, roof bars and roof box on the top with all the family's gear.
yeah, all of that. Just cruising along here. So there are a few ways to change the driving modes. On the screen in the middle here, you have car. If you press that, you can go to Audi Drive Select. But the thing with this is you have to be looking at the screen, which is quite hard and fiddly. Now you do have, down at the very bottom, these Drive Select buttons. So for example, to go into dynamic. And just a quick moment on the scenery here. Look at this place. This is really cool when we're driving around. And obviously as I press dynamic, you could hear the exhaust sound changing a little bit there. But, oh no, I'm going to concentrate on the tight twisty corners.
This is the problem with the buttons, eh?
Yeah, you can't drive and look to try and find this. It's a bit fiddly. He says, yeah, exactly. There we go, let's get into comfort. Obviously you've got the independent RS modes, but it feels a bit strange, doesn't it, about how you're controlling between these different settings and different...
Yeah, to be honest, I think just the RS button. So I've got the RS1 set for comfy, efficiency, sensible mode, and then RS2 is dynamic, and to be honest, that's all I use. I think this is just too hard and fiddly when you're driving to figure out.
Definitely. And I like how even though in the RS1 mode you have it set for, that's breathe in moment, yeah. Although you have it set for comfortable driving, on the dashboard here, you've got this this view of the rev counter.
With G meter.
Yeah.
Which is obviously essential in efficiency mode.
Yeah, exactly what you need. Exactly what you have to have there. So if we go back to normal, there are a few other things you can change on the dashboard as well, like that. Hold on tight. Tight and twisty. Yeah, you can see the screen changing settings.
Yeah, I think you can scroll up with the wheel as well and change the centre.
Yeah, engine torque data.
Yeah. It doesn't tell you tyre pressures actually, which I'm surprised about.
Okay.
Maybe it's an optional extra that wasn't on the launch spec.
Maybe. Otherwise, it drives nicely, it drives gently. We've got a 40 here, so taking it easy. But yeah, all is good. Let's just come to a stop quickly then. Right, we've got traction off, we've got everything ready, on the throttle.
Crikey. Wow.
Yes, okay then. That pulls pretty hard.
That's good for the abs.
Yeah, and now we can reverse it all back to comfortable and put traction back on.
Yeah, I think so.
There we go, difficult to find the button again.
Yeah.
And business as usual.
There we go.
Please excuse that it's quite windy here, but we've got a cool view and now a very dirty RS6. We've only been out for a fairly short drive and the roads at the moment are not helping if you want to keep a car like this clean and looking lovely. And you can see the rear view out of the window, pretty much non-existent now. But overall, this thing is a brilliant piece of kit. There's no real discussion, I think, around that. It incorporates all this tech, very nice materials and feel. Look at the panoramic roof as well. And this being a launch car is really nicely spec'd and equipped too. Yeah, enjoyed this. Enjoyed the drive in the RS6. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot with these in the future. Tuning projects, no doubt. They will be heavily modified. There'll be some that are pushing out serious power. No doubt it's capable of that. But there's something about that kind of sleeper effect, that very discreet, subtle styling of the car. But still, you know, you recognise the RS cues, of course the RS badge and the grille, the style of the grille to begin with, but being narrower and wider than before. These old style openings, I think inspired by the cars from old. Some more openings around the side of the car and those beefed out arches as well. Just now looking significantly dirtier with gigantic brakes. Look at the size of the caliper in there. Brakes are massive stopping power needed for the weight of the car. So we're out here cold. I think I've made Jason a little bit freezing, but thank you very much for the opportunity to take this out. Enjoyed the drive a lot. Congratulations on the latest acquisition. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing a little bit more about the new Audi RS6. So I'm going to wrap this up for there. Like I say, it's a bit chilly here. We'll head back to the unit. And we're also standing right next to all of the traffic going past. But it's been a great day anyway, getting to experience the new car. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.